Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
If you were hoping today was the last day of that wet weather, we have got some bad news. Unfortunately, take a look at the radar right there. More rain is on the way for Sunday. Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Fox 61 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Angelo Bavaro. So the big question we're asking here right now is, are we talking manageable rain or torrential downpours? Meteorologist Sam Champieri is joining us with the answer to that question. Sam, it's been a while since we've been in boxes together.
That's right.
I've missed you, man.
So did I. It's just like the good old days, and here we are this evening. And unfortunately, we're not going to have downpours. We are going to have on and off showers for the next couple of days with lulls in between. Right now, we did have a good batch of rain come in today, on and off, and now a couple of light showers. So we have a little bit of lull, but just off to the west, more rain redeveloping here. A couple of fronts getting hung up, and you know, we're on the cool side right now, but this warm front down here is going to try to make a run at us overnight and into early tomorrow. But meanwhile, temperatures are in the upper 30s to lower 40s across the area, and you can see the wind. Yeah, we got a little bit of a cool wind out of the east. So let's put this into motion for you. You can see that we can have those rain showers coming in after midnight and get one little batch of rain. Then a lull, and then some more rain. Now here it is 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and it looks like by around 9, 10 o'clock, that's when that rain will definitely come to an end. And it looks like temperatures will be warming up a little bit too in the afternoon. So again, overnight we get these rain showers. Here it is at 7 o'clock. And then as we head towards the middle and the afternoon, we dry out, we brighten up the skies a little bit, and we could have some intervals of sun as well, and temperatures will warm up a little bit into the upper 40s to lower and possibly middle 50s, especially if we get that peak of sun. I am trying to be optimistic about it. I think overall it'll be a mostly cloudy day, and the wind, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of gusty winds averaging at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. Coming up, I'm going to detail some more chances of rain for you Sunday night into Monday. And at the same time, there is some very cold air lurking to the north. And will some of that rain change over to snow? I'll have the answer coming up in a few minutes. Angela?
You think about the movements that we have had to have in this country. And it is all starting with people showing up and doing the work.
Crowds of people angry about the way President Donald Trump is running the country marched and rallied in more than 1,200 cities and towns across the country today, including Hartford. The message from those protesters, hands off. Fox 61 Stefan Reels was at a protest near the state capitol.
Well, the crowds may have died down. It was a completely different story Saturday afternoon. When we first got here, our crews actually had a hard time trying to make our way through the rally just because of the sheer number of people who traveled to the state capitol here in Hartford. But everyone I spoke with at the rally shared a similar thought. Now is the time for action, and Saturday was just the beginning.
It was emotional for me.
A call to action for people like Douglas Willie as those emotions hit a peak in Hartford. Politicians, advocates, and people packed the state capitol Saturday as part of the nationwide hands-off movement.
It's the time for us to step up and do the work, to double down, to come together, to make sure we are holding people accountable.
More than 1,000 rallies similar to Hartford took place throughout the day across the country, from Jacksonville to Atlanta, St. Paul, and beyond in places like Charlotte. All pushing back against the actions of the Trump administration and the Department of Government Efficiency.
Hands off Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, hands off our stuff that we pay for.
Sue Kinley and her friends from Southington tell Fox 61 they showed up Saturday because of what's going on in Washington. And while they admit some government cuts may be necessary, how it has been handled so far has been chaotic.
Just so glad to see so many people come out and protest what's going on in our country.
I've been waiting for this, and this is only the beginning.
Why do you say that?
Oh, I just feel like we must rise up.
We do need to rein in spending to some extent, but we also need to do it in a thoughtful manner. This is not thoughtful.
A promise to continue to fight back.
That is something we need to fight.
And hold every elected leader accountable, state and nationwide.
Stand up and be counted. It matters how you feel and how you think about what's going on here. and further steps may be necessary to take if we can't bring this government in line with what the Constitution dictates.
Now, the Trump administration has responded to Saturday's rallies, and in a statement, the White House said the president's views have been very clear in that he will protect Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid for those who are eligible. In Hartford, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
And thousands of protesters also turned out in downtown Washington, D.C. today to blast the Trump administration for its support for Israel in that country's ongoing war with Hamas. Organizers say the demonstrators came from more than 30 cities across the country to show their support for the people of Gaza. They held signs that read, "Let Gaza live" and "Free Palestine," and said the White House is supporting genocide in Gaza. Monday will mark a year and a half since Hamas staged that surprise attack on Israel, killing more than 1,200 people. Since then, Israel's war on Hamas has claimed the lives of tens of thousands of Palestinians. The Republican-controlled Senate approved a budget framework that includes multi-trillion-dollar tax breaks and spending cuts. 51 lawmakers voted in favor of that plan, while 48 voted against it. That plan focuses on defense, immigration, energy, and tax policy changes. That plan would allow for more than $5 trillion worth of tax cuts. That would also raise the debt limit in the U.S. by $5 trillion. U.S. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says these changes will raise costs for the average American in order to benefit billionaires.
In voting for this bill, Senate Republicans sided with billionaires against the middle class, in total obeisance to Donald Trump. The odds of a recession in America are surging because of Donald Trump's tariffs, and Senate Republicans have gone along. In fact, they are aiding and abetting it.
That plan heads to the House sometime next week. No word yet on when that vote will happen, though. For the latest developments happening at the Connecticut State Capitol and on Capitol Hill in D.C., just scan that QR code right there on your screen and download the Fox 61 News app. Fire crews responded to a massive condo fire in New Hartford this afternoon. Take a look. This is video sent to us by a viewer. You can see heavy fire and smoke from the back of that building. The fire broke out just before 12:30 at the River Run condos on Main Street. Several fire departments responded to help put out those flames. Route 44, 202, and 179 were all shut down while crews worked to get things under control. No injuries were reported. It's not clear how many units or people were affected by this. We are working to get more information. Firefighters in Oxford were also busy. They responded to a shed fire on Shelton Road yesterday. Fire crews say that fire broke out near a chicken coop. That fire was quickly put out while firefighters got those animals out from danger. Nobody was injured here. And check this out. Firefighters in Danbury had to use an electric vehicle blanket to contain a car fire. This happened on I-84 near Exit 5 just after 8 o'clock last night. The Danbury 911 center got several calls about a car on fire. When crews got to that scene, they found the Honda Hybrid engulfed in flames. Nobody was injured. Police are investigating several shootings that happened in Hartford these last few days. The latest one was early this morning. Officers responded to Hartford Hospital just before 2 this morning. That's where a man in his 30s showed up after being shot. He is expected to survive. Police are still trying to figure out where that shooting took place. Hartford police are still trying to figure out why a man was shot as well. Officers responded to Francis Avenue around 10 o'clock Thursday night after a shot spotter alert picked up gunfire. When police got there, they found shell casings at the scene. Not long after that, a man in his 20s showed up at the hospital with a gunshot wound. He is expected to be okay. If you know anything about this, call Hartford police. And also in Hartford, police are searching for the person who shot a man yesterday. Police say he showed up to a hospital with a gunshot wound. Officers say the shooting happened on Capitol Avenue just before 3:30. That incident is also under investigation. New tonight, New Haven police are investigating a stabbing. Officers responded to Temple Street between Crown and Chapel Streets around 1 o'clock this morning for a man stabbed in the abdomen. Police say he was trying to break up a fight when he was stabbed. He was taken to the hospital for treatment and is expected to survive. An update now on the work underway after reports of a sewage pouring into the Connecticut River from East Windsor to parts of Hartford. Fox 61 reached out to the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection. They advise us that repair crews installed a temporary bypass pump last night to stop that untreated sewage from going into the water. Engineers will be out on Monday to put a plan in place for permanent repairs. As for right now, DEEP staff will monitor the pumps until a final solution is reached.